In this video, we will be talking about the journey of an image in the making, from concept to finish. This is Shantanu Sheorey, Chief Mentor at the One School Goa. An image is made in 3 steps: visualization, pre-planning or pre-production, editing or finishing. So now, let me take you through these images. So here's some behind the scenes footage. Directing the team and model is clearly important. The look we designed is a 70s retro look with a cinematic feel. In the second setup, I added a gothic feel. Here is the diagram for my setup. I used a continuous light source, an LED for my key light and a tungsten light for fill, and added some lamps into the setup as props. On the top right, you see my raw image from my Fuji X-T2. I used a 56mm 1.2 at f1.6. The shallow depth of field gives it a cinematic look. Post-processing for both these images was done using On1 Photo Raw, a powerful new photo editing software. This lot, I start with selecting the perfect frame. Once I have it selected, I jump into basic corrections. I always recommend moving from global to local corrections. First, exposure and white balance, then black levels, skin tones and skin retouching. Now I can begin building a look. Add some light leaks, maybe some textures, and darken or lighten certain specific areas to create emphasis. And finally, I will add film grain to finish. Once again, I open the selected image and begin with my basic corrections. After which, you look at the skin. There's a very good skin retouching program on the new On1, and you can color grade the skin, remove blemishes, and once you're done with that, you get into LUTs. We have various LUTs, and out of which you can control depending on the look you want. Then I bring it to bleach bypass, which is my favorite, which brings it that kind of a little contrast and a little jumpiness to the film noir look. I adjust my contrast through sliders and other things. Then I start using masks to, bring in a little faded corners or deepened corners. You work along the way you feel artistically inclined towards creating the thing. It's not about mechanically doing it, so you want to paint it, and you keep adding filters, subtracting filters, come back and forth, add more if you feel like. And the good part about the On1 thing is you can switch on and off everything that you've done. So I come back and fiddle around with a few more levels after I've put my film grain in, because I like the look of a film grain, especially in this case. And we're almost done. There it is. I always tell my students at the One School Goa, do not use post-production to rescue an image, but use it to enhance an image. This is a great example of post-production from 1955. The photographer wants the image lightened and darkened in certain areas, because that's how he visualized it. Here's an example of beauty retouching from 1931. The physical negative itself was retouched by an artist to remove blemishes and smoothen skin. There is no straight shot. You have to post-process your images. There was a chemical darkroom then, it's a digital darkroom now. As a fashion photographer, you should understand the complexities and the simplicity of post-production. Ultimately, the finished image matters. Thank you for watching, and do check out the rest of the videos in this series.